Okay, welcome back to our plasma cutting series. This is video number 9, and I'm going to use this video to show you how you can copy out patterns to maybe make something like a border that can be plasma cut around your project. So this is a bunch of deer prints that we had in a previous video. They were on an angle originally, and we went through a series of steps in a previous video to change them from this angle walking up 45 degrees on the page to a nice flat border here, a nice flat pattern that we're going to make into a border. So what we're going to do is copy this out, stamp it horizontally across the page. Now, looking at this pattern, and for every pattern it takes a different level of thinking or sort of analyzing how best to use the pattern, but I'm looking at this one, and I've got 6 prints, and I think if I was to stamp this pattern out horizontally, this rear footprint is a little bit odd because I feel like it's higher than, like, it's hard to tell. It's in the middle. Is it a top print or is it a bottom print? And you know, this is going top, bottom, top, and then middle. And then if I was to copy this pattern out, then I'd start at the beginning. From middle, it would go top, bottom, middle. And that, I mean, I guess that could look okay, but it's a little bit strange. So I think what I'm going to do is take some of this randomness out of it. Maybe I will use my 4 favorite ones. I like the middle ones here. So I like this bottom, top, and I'll copy that out. So I'm going to start by deleting the front and rear hoof, but when I click on it, they're all blocked together. I'm going to separate those by using the modify explode command, and that has gone in and separated all of these pieces from one another. So let's delete the back foot and the front foot, and now we've got a pattern that I feel better about replicating. And I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to reblock that together. So I'll go choose that, go to the main menu, choose the block command. It's asking for a reference point, and I will just sort of eyeball into the bottom corner. There we go, and I'll call this deer prints. I'll call it four prints, because the previous one I did have a block called prints, and I'll call this 4 prints because there's 4 separate prints. There we go, there's a block called 4 prints. And let's copy this block. So we're going to select the block, and we're going to go to the modify move copy menu, and it's asking for a reference point. I think I will choose the back area as the reference point, so that when I drag it forward, I can put the back to the front toe here. So let's choose the back here about there. And now I want to put this exactly horizontal, so I'm going to put the horizontal snap on, and you can see that it forces it to stay on this horizontal line. I can't even lift this now. So if I take a look at that box that I've created there, looks to me like I'll put the back heel. You can see the spacing here. The back heel and the front toe have a small amount of space, so I'm going to copy that amount, and I will put the back heel just in front here. Does that work? We want to keep the original. Don't want to delete it because we're making a pattern. I wonder if I could do multiple copies. Let's do that. Let's try to do 4. Okay, and lo and behold, look at that. That is beautiful. It just stamped out 4 exact copies of that. And I think because I did a good job of spacing the second pattern, this looks good. If I had have made a mistake, and let's show you what I mean here, if I was to go modify, move copy, and if I chose the back heel right there on those dew points, which are these little dots here, I'd use that, and I was to make a mistake and say go too far forward, and then I did multiple copies, now you've got this gap showing up in the pattern here, right? So you kind of have to get the alignment right. So I'll undo that, and one last time, select it, modify, move copy, choose that back dew point, and space it out appropriately, and give it 4, and there we are. Okay, so that looks very nice for a pattern. So, you know, with video number 8, I was able to rotate it, and with video number 9 here, I was able to stamp that pattern out. And you'll have to apply that to your own patterns, and sometimes there's going to be some differences, but this video should get you started.